The U.S. penny, a currency staple for over a century, is facing a growing dilemma. The cost of producing a single penny now outweighs its face value. As of 2025, it costs over 2 cents to manufacture and distribute each 1-cent coin. This means the U.S. Mint operates at a loss for every penny produced, creating a significant economic burden. This cost disparity is driven by several factors. The rising price of zinc, the primary metal in pennies, plays a major role. Additionally, manufacturing and distribution costs continue to climb. This situation begs the question, why keep producing a coin that costs more to make than it's worth? This issue is not new. For years, economists and policymakers have debated the penny's relevance. The argument for its elimination centers on the potential for government savings and increased efficiency in cash transactions. However, removing the penny is not without its critics, who raise concerns about potential price increases and the impact on consumer perceptions of value. Proponents of eliminating the penny argue that doing so would lead to significant cost savings for the U.S. government. By halting penny production, the Mint could redirect resources to other areas, potentially saving millions of dollars annually. These savings could then be used to offset national debt or fund other government programs. Beyond direct cost savings, eliminating the penny could also streamline cash transactions. Pennies are notorious for slowing down checkout lines as cashiers and customers fumble with the small coins. Their removal could lead to faster, more efficient transactions, benefiting both businesses and consumers. Furthermore, removing the penny could encourage a shift towards more efficient payment methods, such as debit and credit cards or mobile payment systems. This could lead to further cost savings by reducing the need for physical currency handling and transportation. While the benefits of eliminating the penny seem clear to some, others argue that such a move would have unintended consequences, particularly for consumers who rely on cash transactions and small change. One of the most common concerns about eliminating the penny is the potential impact on prices. Without the 1-cent increment, prices would need to be rounded up or down to the nearest nickel. This raises fears of businesses taking advantage of the situation by systematically rounding prices upwards, leading to a subtle but significant increase in the cost of goods and services. However, proponents of penny elimination argue that such fears are overblown. They point to historical evidence from other countries that have removed their lowest denomination coins without experiencing significant inflationary pressure. Additionally, they argue that competition in the marketplace would discourage businesses from systematically rounding prices upwards, as consumers are likely to favor businesses that offer fairer rounding practices. The reality is that the impact of penny elimination on prices is difficult to predict with certainty. It would likely depend on a complex interplay of factors, including consumer behavior, business practices, and government regulation. Careful study and planning would be crucial to mitigate any potential negative impacts on consumers. The United States is not the first country to grapple with the question of eliminating its lowest denomination coin. Several other countries, including Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, have already taken the plunge, offering valuable insights into the potential consequences and benefits. Canada, for example, phased out its penny in 2013. The transition was largely smooth, with minimal impact on prices. Businesses were advised to round cash transactions to the nearest nickel, but electronic transactions continued to be calculated to the cent. The experience in Australia and New Zealand has been similar, with little evidence of significant price increases. These examples suggest that removing the penny can be done without causing major disruptions to the economy. However, it's important to note that each country has its unique economic conditions and consumer behavior patterns. The U.S. would need to carefully consider these factors when evaluating the potential impact of penny elimination. The digital dollar dilemma: eliminating pennies in a cashless future. The debate over the penny's future is further complicated by the increasing prevalence of digital payment methods. As more and more transactions occur electronically, the relevance of physical currency, especially small denominations like the penny, is called into question. Some argue that the rise of digital payments makes the penny obsolete. In a cashless society, the argument goes, the need for physical pennies disappears, rendering the entire debate moot. They believe that the government should instead focus on promoting digital literacy and ensuring equitable access to digital payment systems. However, others caution against prematurely declaring the death of cash. They point out that a significant portion of the population, particularly low-income individuals and senior citizens, still rely heavily on cash transactions. Eliminating the penny in a society where cash remains a vital part of daily life could disproportionately impact these vulnerable groups. The unbanked and underbanked ensuring access in a penniless society. A crucial consideration in the penny debate is the potential impact on unbanked and underbanked populations. These individuals, who may lack access to traditional banking services, often rely heavily on cash for their financial transactions. Eliminating the penny could create challenges for these groups, particularly when it comes to receiving accurate change. Rounding to the nearest nickel could result in small but significant losses over time, particularly for those living on tight budgets. To address this concern, policymakers would need to implement safeguards to ensure that eliminating the penny does not exacerbate financial inequalities. This could include promoting financial inclusion initiatives, expanding access to affordable banking services, and educating consumers about their rights and options in a penniless society. The psychological impact perceptions of value and penny wisdom. Beyond the practical economic implications, the penny also holds a certain psychological weight. Many people have an emotional attachment to the coin, associating it with childhood memories, thriftiness, and the idea that every penny counts. Eliminating the penny could have a subtle but significant impact on consumer perception of value. Without the 1-cent increment, people may be less likely to save small amounts of money or may perceive prices as being higher than they actually are. This could potentially lead to changes in spending habits and overall economic activity. Furthermore, the phrase "a penny for your thoughts" highlights the cultural significance of the coin. It represents a small but meaningful token of appreciation, a concept that could be lost in a penniless society. Weighing the evidence, a balanced look at the pros and cons. The debate over eliminating the penny is complex, with valid arguments on both sides. On the one hand, the economic case for elimination is strong. The cost of production outweighs the coin's value, and removing it could lead to government savings and streamlined transactions. On the other hand, concerns about potential price increases, the impact on vulnerable populations, and the psychological effects of losing the penny cannot be ignored. Any decision to eliminate the penny would need to be carefully considered, with measures in place to mitigate potential negative consequences. Ultimately, the question boils down to weighing the potential economic benefits against the social and psychological costs. A thorough analysis of all factors, including lessons learned from other countries, is crucial to making an informed decision. The future of the penny, a matter of time. As the debate over the penny continues, one thing is clear: the iconic coin's future hangs in the balance. While it has been a staple of American currency for over a century, its relevance in the 21st century is increasingly questioned. The rising cost of production, the shift towards digital payments, and the experiences of other countries suggest that the penny's days may be numbered. Whether it disappears in the near future or persists for years to come, the debate surrounding it highlights the evolving nature of currency and the need to adapt to changing economic realities. Only time will tell what fate awaits the penny, but one thing is certain: its story is far from over.